Hey everybody, I'm here in the store, and as you know by now, in the holiday event for 2022-23, the big deal, a lot of the big deal is the winter shards that you can acquire through different modes of gameplay. I've got some videos about how to obtain the winter shards, and I'll have links to those videos down below. But once you've obtained the winter shards, what do you do with them? Well, you can get the Holiday Yoshino for 35,000 winter shards, or the Genova. And we've got a couple other items here. A lot of the items I have bought out already, like the Universal Commendations and the Insignias, and yeah, a lot of the other items. Now the only thing left is either the two ships or the camos here, the promotion orders. Yeah, this one I don't know about, because you can buy 20 of these, so you get 40 promotion orders for 20,000 winter shards. I'm not really sure that that is the best deal in the store for your winter shards. And about a week after the event started or so, they have added in Santa's Trove here, they've added all of these commanders. A lot of these commanders, probably most of them, if not all of them, are Halloween commanders from the years past, and a lot of these commanders are good commanders to have. So I thought it would be worthwhile going over all of these commanders. You can see the price is normally 5,000 doubloons or 5,000 winter shards. That has been cut by 30% down to 3,500 of each of those currencies. So if you don't have the winter shards, you can buy them straight up for doubloons. So let's go over some of these commanders. First one I'll go over, I'm going to go from right to left. First one is Clara and Teslau, and this commander is a German battleship commander, and I kind of like her because the base trait is midnight oil. The main battery traverse speed and the rudder shift time is improved, so this is definitely good to have as an inspiration. It's not only for battleships, it could be for any ship in your fleet. So I do use Teslau as an inspiration for other commanders, and her unique skill is broomsticks, which improves the battleship's main battery reload time and torpedo launcher reload time, but it does take a hit on the main battery shell grouping. But in any event, Tesla is good for this inspiration here, which improves the main battery traverse speed and the rudder shift time, and a lot of ships do have a problem with that. So Teslau is definitely one that you want to consider. Next one is Ivan B. Lightful, and I'm using him for the Kronstadt and the Murmansk, actually. So let's take a look at his base trait, which is improves the cruiser's main battery reload time, Phantom Bane, and the cruiser detectability time after firing the main gun. So there are other commanders that improve the detectability after firing the main guns, and this will double up on that by 10.8%. So with the Yoshino, a lot of people are setting up the Yoshino for inspirations to improve the detectability time after firing the main guns, and this guy would help out, as well as the main battery reload time. So you do want to consider Ivan B. Delightful. You can see I've got him ranked up pretty well. I did have Tesla ranked up pretty well, and yeah, so Ivan B. Delightful is one of the recommended commanders along with Tesla. Sano here is a Japanese destroyer commander, and his base trait is Blur, which improves the destroyer's maximum speed and the incoming fire dispersion. And I don't really have him ranked up that well. I have used him a little bit because I have some inspirations going here, but in general he's not one of my main commanders that would use. The Japanese are not really known for gunboats anyway, really. So his unique skill here is Sprint Master, which improves the torpedo speed, which is great, but a 22% hit on the range makes this a non-starter as far as I am concerned, even though I have experimented with him. All right, next up is Hellsinger. Let's check him out. He is another destroyer commander, and his base trait is exhaust fumes. It improves the smoke screen radius. I've experimented a little bit with him. Unique skill is less for more. Torpedo damage is improved, as is the torpedo launcher reload time, but it does take a 20% hit on the range, which isn't so great, but you can see I have experimented with him a little bit in at least one match. Yeah, he's got Leviathan here as a legendary skill instead of the normal Unstoppable, which would prevent your engine from getting knocked out. Basically, you still have a little bit of movement speed. And yeah, so I've experimented with him, but he's not really one that I would recommend for the Japanese destroyers. But there he is. Next one here is the American cruiser commander Einstein. Base trait is cruiser gun traverse speed, and this will really help out, especially for the Pensacola, which has an atrocious traverse speed of the main guns, but it is a pretty good ship. Other than that, that is the one flaw of the Pensacola, and you can improve the traverse speed on any cruiser here with this base trait. So this is something to keep in mind if you've got a cruiser that you're looking to increase the traverse speed of the main guns. And then here Ingenious doubles up on that traverse speed. So you do want to consider Einstein if you're looking to help out the traverse speed of any of the cruisers that you have in your fleet. And an agile cruiser does need a very good main gun traverse speed to make that agile cruiser a thing. If you're so agile that you outmaneuver your main guns, that kind of takes away from the agile cruiser build, in my opinion. But Einstein's big trait is the cruiser traverse speed, and that's what a lot of people get this commander for. So it's kind of a recommendation here. Henry J. Hyde is a German battleship commander, and this is a definite recommendation if you have German battleships that you want to get the best of both worlds. He does have the best qualities of a secondary build and main battery accuracy build, as we will see. Base trait is Wrenchman Extraordinaire, which helps out the maximum HP. I use this base trait on all of my aircraft carriers to help out the HP of the aircraft carrier. That's what I've done with all my aircraft carriers, is between Hyde and Sims, max out the HP on all of them. And let me see, Flammable Cannoneer for an accuracy build. I'm going with Porcupine for the secondary build, Marksmanship for the accuracy build, and Properly Meticulous for the secondary build. You do have Emergency Specialist and Master Mechanic, which is a big time deal right here. A lot of people use Master Mechanic for the 2 repair party charges and all of the other repair party cooldown time and HP recovered for the repair parties. So Hyde is a definite recommendation if you have German battleships that you're looking to improve on. Here, Blue Furiora is a German destroyer commander, and I have used her with the Elbing to some kind of a crazy effect to get all those torpedoes in the water, but it will really help out any a German destroyer torpedo reload time. So her base trait is maximum destroyer speed, so I guess you could use this as an inspiration for other destroyers, but I don't really believe that I have. The big deal with Blue Furiora is Mosquito Brutes, which improves the torpedo detectability and a torpedo launcher reload time. It cuts that down by 30%, but you do take a hit on a torpedo damage by 40%, so you want to keep that in mind. And when you double that up with back in stock, that really does the most to quicken that torpedo reload time there. But you do have Perceptive here if you want to keep track of where the enemy is. I do find this useful, but in the Elbing I was experimenting with back in stock, and here I've got sort of a double concealment inspiration here with Eric Bay, Shifty, and Deng Shisheng, which helps out the destroyer detectability, but it does help out that torpedo damage. So with the 40% reduction in Mosquito Brutes, I'm trying to make up a little bit of that with Deng Shisheng's torpedo damage improvement here. All right, Sergio Splendeto is next. He is a Soviet destroyer commander, and you can see I haven't really used him at all. I've left him right where I found him at rank 5. I've ranked him up to rank 6, I guess, because that's basically free. It just takes a commander XP to do that, and I haven't really used him much at all. Destroyer gun traverse speed, I don't really use destroyers as gunboats that much, but when I do, I have other commanders and other options, so I haven't really done anything with this guy. And his unique skill down here is Iron Shod. It improves the risk of the engine being incapacitated and a steering gear impairment chance. Well, I don't really care about that in a destroyer, so big time pass on Sergio Splendeto. On the other hand, Vincent Mordoff is my main gunboat commander for the American destroyers. Base trait is Waste Not, which improves the destroyer main battery reload time. And then we've got Observant Rage here, which improves the main battery reload time again, and a torpedo detectability range. But you do take a little bit of a hit with the rudder shift time. And here, Mortar, destroyer's main battery AP shell damage, HE shell damage, and semi-armor piercing shell damage is improved by 10%. But you do take a little bit of a hit on the destroyer detectability. This was a great option in arena or ranked, or especially when you're going 1v1 with your destroyers in an American gunboat. And yeah, so here, Sheltered Arms is a unique skill. Risk of the main battery being incapacitated and the torpedo launchers being incapacitated. I don't really care about that. That hasn't been too much of a problem, so I did go with smoke on the water there. But yeah, Mordoff is a big time recommendation if you're looking for a gunboat commander for the American destroyers. Next up is John Pickup. And you can see I haven't really done anything with him. No inspirations at all. I haven't selected any skills, and I haven't used him whatsoever, mainly because the spotter cooldown time is his base trait. And here it kind of looks like, let me see here. Yeah, he is a battleship commander. Good day's work. Yeah, I just haven't really used him. There's nothing really unique or special going on with John Luke Pickup. If you have a recommendation for me, a reason why I'm wrong about that, go ahead and let me know down below. But yeah, you can get John Pickup if you want. Space Fishy is yet another Japanese destroyer commander, and his base trait is Space Seed. It improves the torpedo speed. And Subsurface Venture, I have experimented with him, as you can see from the inspirations I have over here. And yeah, if you have a destroyer that you're looking to improve the torpedo speed, or any ship that you're looking to improve the torpedo speed, this is actually an option if you're looking to improve the torpedo speed in the aircraft carrier torpedo bombers. I think that's why I have experimented a little bit with Space Fishy. I think this was in another arena season that I was experimenting with him. Look at the breakneck speed there. Engine boost cooldown time is 35%, and the engine boost charges is improved by 1, but the duration is 50%, and that is not great. And I did experiment with that a little bit. So yeah, Space Fishy, basically if you want to improve your torpedo speed, go for Space Fishy. And then Shelly Bleepley, yeah, you can see I haven't used her at all. I have heard that she is a pretty good commander for the American cruisers. So again, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and let me know why that is. I haven't found her useful at all in any of my American cruisers. Risk of catching fire refractory is her base trait. And yeah, so her unique skill is Private Zone, which improves the cruiser detectability. And yeah, that only goes so far, because once you fire your main guns, your detectability is gone. So you'll pretty much have one shot there. Not many of the American cruisers have torpedoes really, so yeah, they can detect torpedoes, but yeah. Well, okay, there you go. Those are my thoughts on the commanders, the Halloween commanders in the store for the holiday event for 2022-2023. You can buy them for either doubloons or winter shards. They are 30% off if you were ever looking for some of these guys. And I think some of these commanders are some of the commanders that a lot of people have been looking for quite some time. So now's your opportunity to go ahead and get them. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.